why am I kind of casting a little bit late? It's because I actually recorded this game a while back, and so I'm broadcasting over the recording instead of recording and broadcasting at the same time. So that's kind of the reason for that. As you guys can see, I am destroying these rocks up here to the north, and it looks like Husky might actually lose some of his Reapers to these Void Rays, but no, Story gonna be just A-moving, or not A-moving, just kind of moving across the Reapers right there, so not gonna be attacking those ground forces, possibly gonna be bulking up that Void Ray force with this Void Ray force over here, and so gonna have a massive Void Ray force pretty soon. Could be very deadly, and there you guys see my massive Terran ball. It looks like Blue might even be thinking about making an attack here with his Protoss forces. You guys can see I'm getting another expansion, but this expansion here could very well go down. Lots of Protoss forces on the ground right there, and that is a very menacing ball of Protoss gonna be going straight for the Nexus and taking out several of my workers. And here we go, coming back in with my massive Hellion attack force. The siege tanks just kind of lagging behind just a little bit, but my Hellions burning up all the Zealots to a crisp. Zerglings coming in from behind, and the siege tanks sieging up, gonna push them away. Meanwhile, Husky moving in with an attack yet again with his Reapers, gonna take out a lot of the SCVs over there, or the probes over there for Story. And lots of action all over the map here. Zerglings coming in for one of the Zerg players, gonna clean up those Reapers, and Axiom's hatchery gonna go down right there as I'm trying to desperately save this command center, and it looks like I am going to be able to. But Story pushing up from the northwest with his Void Rays, and this could do a lot of damage. Not too much anti-air here against all of those Void Rays, just a couple of Corruptors and a Queen going straight for that Greater Spire. Greater Spire gets taken out. Void Rays fully charged up. They do so much damage when they're fully charged, and those things are borderline imba. But it looks like there are a couple of Mutas and Corruptors. Is it gonna be enough against these fully charged Void Rays? We'll just have to wait and see. I don't think though that it is going to be enough. There goes the corruption ability on the Void Rays. They do take a little bit extra damage, but the Void Rays are successful in killing off Anaris's air forces and then killing off the Thors very quickly as well. So Story there doing a lot of damage. But, you know, at the same time, the Reapers for Husky were able to take out all of Story's economy as well as his Nexus. So he's really, all he's got in this game are a couple of Void Rays at this point. He's pretty much been knocked out of this game, and so he's just desperately trying to do whatever he can. And so at this point, it's almost 3 versus 2, I would say. Of course, I did lose quite a couple of expansions up to the north, and so I'm kind of reeling a little bit, but I've got a pretty massive ground army on the ground, and so I should be able to clear up those Void Rays pretty easily. But there is another attack to the side of the map. There are some Stalkers attacking this expansion over here, along with Zealots, and DT's command center gets taken out for the 3rd or 4th time today, and so I'm just reeling from the economic hit. I have like almost no income at this point. All players on the map right now are fully mined out of their main and almost mined out of their natural, and so you guys can see I only have like 150 minerals saved up. Meanwhile, Zerg attack force to the bottom, Stalkers blinking in, gonna do some damage, and Marines to the south for Husky attacking Story as well. So 3-pronged attack all over the map. I'm gonna siege up and clear this out quite easily, but meanwhile Axiom gonna take out Husky's remaining base right there. Not even a question about it, as Husky just lifts off, but the command center gonna fall to the ground. But Husky has a couple Marines cleaning up Story's base at the same time, so just massive action everywhere all over the map, and it's hard to call right now who's gonna come out ahead, because it looks like Husky lost all of his mining, but Story's base has been completely annihilated. But here we go, this could be what we need to get back in this game, as it looks like my Hellions are just gonna burn away all of those probes. All the probes getting taken out right there for the blue Protoss at his expansion. Meanwhile, Zerglings engaging this blue Zerg strike force, but the fungal growth going down on the Zerglings. The Zerglings all just melting away from the fungal growth, but the Hellions continuing forward. For myself, gonna go straight into the blue Protoss natural expansion, burn the probes. Oh my god, who set the building on fire? There are just so many Harvesters going down, and another Harvester strike could occur here as the Hydralisk going down as well. Oh my goodness, that is like an oven right there. So much burnt Hydralisk and drones. That could be the nail in the coffin for the opponents. My Hellions right there moving in there took out 3 different bases. Look at the harvester count, 1, 6, and 14 for our opponents. So their economy is just reeling right now, whereas myself, well, actually my teammates are actually not doing too great either, but I do have a pretty massive Terran army still chilling at the center of the map. Looks like Husky still has a couple of Reapers out there as well, just trying to do whatever damage he can, and he's gonna walk up there, but the Stalkers, oh, catching that Reaper as it was just jumping off of that ledge. And so right now, it's going to come down to one last battle, and whoever comes out ahead is probably going to win this game. And the reason why I say that is because we're not probably going to see any more macro at this stage, as all of the economies have been crippled so heavily. So many command centers, so many nexuses, and so many hatcheries, along with their equivalent workers, have gone down this game. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see one last battle, and the victor is going to take the cup from there. And here we go. It looks like Husky wanting to take out this blue expansion. I'm gonna be moving in right here with my Hellions to try to do some more damage. Actually, that is Husky's Hellions, so Husky there has quite a few Hellions of his own. Gonna attack that Nexus right away, take out the pylons as well. No response from the enemy team thus far. And so it looks like they're just gonna allow this base to go down. Don't really have that many workers anyways. And there goes the massive siege tank army with +2 weapons right now. You guys can see the harvester count still very low for our opponents, and this is pretty much it. Axiom with that Infestor Hydra army. If he can get a good attack off, he might be able to pull off a miracle here, but it is going to be tough. Blue Protoss also has some Stalkers and some Void Rays, and here we go. The last battle of the game could possibly be determined right here. Some mind control being used on the siege tanks as I was trying to fall back, and the siege tanks, the rest of them laying down the ground fire on those Hydras, taking them out, but the Void Rays from above just pounding away on my ground from below. But it looks like Anaris does have some Corruptors in the air. The Mind Controllers getting taken out as my forces reverting back to control. And it looks like we are going to be successful in that last battle. GG calls Fearless as well as his teammates. And so, very intense 3 versus 3 game right there. Lots of action back and forth. And a little bit of motion sickness, as I guess when I was recording this back then, I was jumping back and forth so much. It was actually really hard for me to broadcast this. But a game's a game, and that was a pretty epic 3 versus 3. I'm going to upload it because I don't have any. And of course, showing Husky how to fail at Reapers, but at the same time, kind of coming in there at the last minute, doing some pretty good damage. And so, hopefully you guys enjoyed that broadcast, and tell me what you guys think about the July the 4th, as well as the Real ID requirement on Battle.net 2.0. So thanks a lot, guys. HD signing out.